Dear student, today we will start with our unit 3, mining frequent patterns. So what is frequent patterns? Frequent patterns are the patterns that appear frequently in a data set. So that patterns may be item set, it may be a subsequences, or it may be a substructures. So item set means the items which are purchased together, like milk and bread, milk and eggs. So these are the frequent item set, that items are purchased together frequently by the customer. Then subsequences. Subsequences means the customer buys PC, then after that it buys the antivirus software. So that is the subsequence. And substructure is the structures, the short structures that are frequently bought by the customer. So these are the frequent patterns. So this mining frequent patterns is used to find out the correlations and association between the various frequent patterns. So mining frequent patterns or mining association rules. When we are mining the frequent patterns that are used to find out the correlation and association between the different items. So the best way to mine the frequent patterns is market basket analysis. Means this process analyze the customer buying habits, buying patterns, as well as buying time and buying budget, to find out the association between the different items that the customer place in their shopping baskets. Means the customer, which items purchase together, customer buying budgets, and its buying time. So it is a data analysis and data mining technique that is used to find out the relationship. So what is the advantages of this market basket analysis? If we are mining the frequent patterns, if we are mining the buying habits of the customer, buying patterns of the customer, then that is used to change the layout of our shop, or it can be used to decide which item should be put on the sale at reduced price, or which item should be given at a discount, which item should be given free on other items. So for that purpose this market basket analysis is used. So this is the diagram, which items are frequently purchased together, like milk and bread, then milk, bread, sugar, eggs. So these are the frequent patterns, and for that we have to mine the frequent patterns which are purchased by the customer and which are kept into the shopping baskets. Then the a priori algorithm. The a priori algorithm is proposed by R. Agrawal and R. Srikanth in 1994 for mining the frequent item set. As its name is a priori, means it uses the prior knowledge of the frequent item set properties. So how we this priori algorithm use the join and prune step. Join means we have to join two sets, and prune means we have to prune the steps which are below the minimum support. So for this example we have to consider minimum support as 2. So this is the transactional data, means these are the transactions and the list of items that are purchased during that transaction. Like 300 gives the purchased item I1, I2, I5. Then T200 gives the purchased item I2 and I4. Likewise, so we have to mine these frequent patterns according to the a priori algorithm, and in this we have to use the join and prune pattern, and we have to consider the minimum support count as 2. So here first is C1, candidate 1 item set, in which the items are I1, I2, I3, I4 and I5, and the support counts are I1 is purchased 6 times according to this table. I1 is purchased 6 times, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Okay, then I2 is purchased 7 times, I3 is purchased 7 times, like this. So minimum support count is 2. So the L1 means frequent one item set contains all the transaction because the minimum support of all the items are greater than 2. Then C2. So here we have to join L1. We have to join with L1 with L1. Okay. So the item sets are I1, I2, I1, I3, I1, I4. So we have to find out the support count according to these tables. How many times I1 and I2 are purchased. So I1 and I2 are purchased 4 times. First, second, third, fourth. First, second, I1 and I2. First, second, third and below fourth. So there are 4th transaction of I1 and I2. Likewise, I1 and I3 is purchased 4 times, I1, I4 1 time, I1, I5 2 times. Likewise, so again we have to create the candidate frequent 2 item set. So here minimum support count is 2, means the support count, the items whose support count is less than 2 are pruned. So we get this candidate set L2. Then C3. So we have to join L2 with L2. So we got this candidate 3 item set, that is I1, I2, I3, I1, I2, I5. There are various groups of this C3, but that patterns are not in this transactions I1, I2, I3, then I1, I2, I4, I1, I2, I5. We can make any many combinations, but here it is not observed that there are only 2 or 3 patterns are there of candidate 3. So instead of wasting time, we have considered only 2 frequent item set in C3, and the minimum support count is 2 and 2. So L3 is again I1, because the minimum support of this 2 is 2, 2. So it is considered into the frequent 3 item set. Okay. Then 4th step is L3 join with L3. So we got the 4 items I1, I2, I2, I3 and I5. I1, I2, I3 and I5. As I1, I2, I3 and I5, we will see whether it is in the table or not. I1, I2, I3 and I5. I1, I2, I3 and I5. Yes, it is there, but it is only one time. So it is ignored because we our minimum support count is 2. So it is simply ignored. Okay. So our frequent item set is C3, that is I1, I2, I3 and I1, I2, I5, because the step 4 is ignored, or it is not produced because the patterns are not frequent in the C4. Okay. So this is the algorithm. This is a simple algorithm. You have to write this algorithm. So advantages of this a priori algorithms are: use the large item set property, easily parallelize and easy to implement. But the disadvantages are: assume transaction data is memory resident. We have to store the transaction into memory and requires the many database scan. So these are the disadvantages of a priori algorithm. Okay. Thank you.